Is Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios in danger of being canceled? I got this DAZN notification on my phone yesterday, and it said the tickets to Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios' fight were 50% off. Now, this fight is at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. So this is a big arena that can seat a lot of people. And the tickets weren't that expensive to start off. If you go on the website right now, on axis.com, which is the official seller, they have tickets starting around $120, $130 for the nosebleeds. But now with that 50% off, you're looking at $70 maybe, possibly even less if you can find a cheaper ticket with that promo code. So if you're looking to go to a fight and you're a local in Vegas or you're just going to be in town those days, this is a good fight. It's a championship fight, main event, and then you have the undercard with even more championship title fights between Richardson Hitchens and Oscar Duarte, and then Gary Antoine Russell versus Andy Hiroka. And we get to see the return of Frank the Ghost Martin, the dude who knocked out Rances Bartholomew, and that knockout came on the Barrios Pacquiao undercard, I believe. And then before that, you have the return of Bekdamir Melikuziev, Bek the Bully, who is coming off a win on Darius Fulgham. So this is a good mix of PBC and Golden Boy fighters. I don't really understand why it's not selling. I think the promotion, again, is just not doing enough. Barrios by himself has a hard time selling a main event. Even though he is a champion, he just has a harder time getting out there because of his personality, because he is more relaxed. And now Ryan Garcia, with his antics and his social media presence, can attract the crowd. But for whatever reason, it's not translating here to the T-Mobile Arena. But if they're having to offer 50% off tickets, I've never seen that before. But hey, for the fight fans, this is a good deal. At this point, the fucking pay-per-view is more expensive than actually going to the fight. As you can see here on the DAZN website, there's not much that advertises this promotion if you're not logged in or signed up. Like I said, I got that notification on my phone. But if you see, but the fight card on the Ring, and it's a Ring magazine event. That's why I'm not understanding. They got this money behind it, but they can't sell. They can't promote. They can't do something better. The fight between Hitchens and Duarte, I haven't seen no promotion for. The fight between Barrios and Garcia, they've had some interviews, but not much. And they're not really getting any buzz. And then you have Antoine Russell and Hiroka, an American versus a Japanese for a title fight. And then Frank Martin versus Nahir Albright, another good fighter. And then Bek the Bully at super middleweight versus Sena Agbeko. Bek has never given us a boring fight. I don't expect this one to be boring either. Frank Martin, he should be able to pull off the win versus Nahir Albright. And then Russell defending his championship. That's going to be an interesting one because of the Japanese coming overseas and having to fight Russell in the U.S. But the Japanese always come with their A game. So that should be a good fight as well. And then you have Hitchens versus Duarte, the smart strategic fighter in Hitchens versus the strong power puncher and pressure fighter in Duarte. And then for your main event, you have the two welterweights, Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. Mario Barrios is called the email champ, and Ryan Garcia has yet to prove himself at the welterweight division. He's lost to Rollies, and he got that no contest with Devin, and now he's getting a title shot after those two blemishes on his record, and he hasn't had any other wins. He's 0-2 in this division right now. He has yet to win at welterweight. But this card is stacked with talent. I don't understand why they have to sell the tickets at 50% off. Maybe it has something to do with Valentine's Day being last week. But other than that, I really don't see how you can't sell. Like, after having taken everything to Saudi Arabia or England, and then having your first big card back in the States and it's not selling, that's disappointing. I mean, what does that say about the future of American boxing, or the talent is just going to go overseas at this point if they can't sell here? So it's not looking too good, but it's not looking horrible either. If we go on the Axis website, don't click the left one. If you want the cheaper tickets, don't click get tickets. Go on the right and use promo code. And the promo code is just DAZN50. And you get 50% off tickets. And I'll show you right here too. You see Barrios versus Garcia, 50% off. I don't understand what's going on. Enter your code. You see here at the website on Axis, which is the official seller once again, for Saturday, February 21st, Barrios versus Garcia at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, 50% off. All you got to do is put in your code, which is DAZN 50. You could do it in all caps, or let's just do it all caps. And then just a sec. And I'll show you guys too what the original ticket price would be as well. But you can see here, you can zoom in. Like there's a lot of blue, but really they got maybe a third of the tickets still unsold. Why is it so slow, man? But yeah, right here, 128, 189. You got tickets going for 189, 310, 250. And look, you can get these down here for 310, pretty close. 4 rows back from the now if you've ever been in the T-Mobile arena, you would be 4 rows back away from the glass basically, which is not a bad seat to watch the fight from. Like 310, okay, maybe 310 is a little steep, but if you go a little higher, you can get 250, 189, and then you still have this whole area, the second level, the 200 level, for 48 bucks. You can watch the fight from up there. Now, it's not the best view. That's how I saw Canelo Berlanga, from all the way up there. And those tickets were, I want to say it was $250 a piece. Maybe it was closer to 300 after fees and stuff. But this is 48. Is it after fees or before? But come on, guys, $48 at the cheapest. Or 38 here. It's showing me 38 as the cheapest. Let's see where I can get a $38 ticket. So up here you can get 38, 48 in the 214 section, 48. So for 50 bucks, and it says includes fees before taxes. So all you'd have to pay is taxes on top of this. So this is not a bad price for the event, for what you're gonna get if they make way, if they go and actually fight. Now, a similar situation to this was the Keith Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora, but that was at a smaller venue. That was the MGM Grand, and they canceled it due to a hand injury for Fundora. We didn't really get proof of his hand injury. A lot of people speculated that it was because of low ticket sales. Now, whether or not that's true, I'd assume it was due to low ticket sales, because if you looked at the website back then in October of 2025, when the fight was supposed to happen, there was a lot of unsold seats. And now it's going to take place in March 28th of 2026, and their tickets are not that expensive. But I'm waiting to see the undercard, how stacked that is going to be, because it's a PBC card, and like I said, this is a mix of PBC fighters and the zone fighters here. But yeah, I'm excited to see who they put on that undercard, and if the low ticket prices will be enough to sustain that card one more time, and will they actually go through with it. Now this fight is scary because they're already offering 50% off, and we're 1 week out. Now granted, they did announce the fight about 4 weeks ago, maybe 5. So there wasn't much time for people to like save up and actually plan a trip around this, especially with New Year's, Christmas, and then Valentine's Day. Those are big spending holidays, so not much money was left over for this event. I'm assuming, I'm going to blame it on that, but I don't understand really. I've never seen this before. This is just tripping me out. 50% off tickets a week before the fight happens. That's crazy to me. And the regular tickets, it says $56 all the way up to 25 grand. I don't know who the fuck is paying 25 grand for a floor seat. It's because that's got to be resale. But you can see $56 compared to the 48 that was on the 50% off. Like 102, 150 bucks from the same levels. Like, look at this. 77 from section 214. 56 bucks to section 210. I honestly don't know if Golden Boy is losing money here. It is a Riyadh sponsored event. I don't understand what's going on. 540 for the lower levels, and the 10s instead of the 100s, and then the 200s, 77 bucks, 116. Like this is kind of crazy. I mean, just hope for the best, I guess. Maybe I'm being too paranoid. I don't know. Let me know if you guys will be there, if this fight is something you will watch from your home, where the pay-per-view will cost more than a ticket, or if you guys are actually going to pull up to the fight, if you're like Vegas locals or something, and after seeing these prices, I assume more people would want to go, but obviously how money's tight right now after all the major holidays. But we'll see what the turnout rate is. I mean, there's like a third of the tickets left. If you really zoom in on the seats and stuff, like most of it is gone. Just have a little bit left to sell. As you can see here, most of the dots are all gray. There's still some blue. I'm sure there's more blue than they would like, especially for a Ryan Garcia title fight. It's just a little alarming for me seeing this notification come up on my phone. What do you guys think? Is this normal? Is this a good sign to see that they're? I don't think they're doing it for the fans. That they said, "Oh, 50% off for the fans," because we love you guys so much. No, I really don't think they're doing that. They're probably losing money here. There's something going on behind the scenes. This is a little weird. But I'm Money Man Lalo, and this was On Paper Sports. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.